All right then, guys. Good evening. I apologise for my voice. I had a bit of a cold last week, and then I was all right. It wasn't that bad, but for some reason, I've got a bit of a lingering bad throat. It's not sore or anything like that. It's just I don't know. You know how these cold things go. So there you go. Got some people dropping in now. Obviously, do get involved in the chat and all that kind of stuff. Would be good. I'll do a bit of a waffle to update everybody on bits and bobs, just in case you haven't heard it. And then I'll let you know what kind of things we've got coming up and all the rest of it, really. There's not been a lot of changes, most of you all know, and I'll keep referring back to it for those of you who drop in a little bit, obviously, later and stuff, because I'd imagine a fair few people will probably pass comments, obviously, knowing that obviously that me and John lost our dad since the last time that we broke. So that's obviously going to have a bit of an impact on how we sort of approach the group and sort of see us. First, though, there's two phases really. We've got to get through to April or sort of March time to see what sort of stuff's happening with Tops, because I think they are looking to release Topps flagship football like in April. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, because obviously it'll be very close to the draft and things like that. So whether they're going to literally whop out a product, I literally do not know what they're going to do, or whether they're going to do a licensed 2025 product or something like that. I haven't heard anything, but it would be crazy to think that they get like Topps flagship released within a month of the 2026 draft. That would be insane. I mean, I genuinely didn't think that we'd see that until like the season was gonna just about to start, sort of like closer to, sort of August sort of time. But we literally know very little at the moment, so we'll see what the crack is. I'll just share the it's all right, I haven't used my desktop for a while, so just going to share the stream into the where are you into the group, just so that people who, because we normally get most people watching via the group and then on catch up rather than the business page. I don't know why I'm typing that. So, break 506 Prizm. There we go. So here we go. So that should hopefully be into the group now, which would be awesome. It's a really weird feeling being back. I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. I think when you go through such a weird sort of, I mean, everybody goes through losing parents and all that kind of stuff, but like, it's, we're not special in that respect, if that makes sense. I'm not going to go on about that type of stuff, but it's just really, for everybody, when they go through it, they probably all feel really like similar, just a little bit. Like you have that person who's there and then they're gone. It's just like the weirdest thing. And I think it's strange doing, like, coming here and breaking cards and all that kind of stuff, because obviously, as you know, my dad, along with the help of mine and John's mom, did all of the posting and stuff for us. So I think that's probably the first thing to sort of address for it, in terms of like what will affect you guys. But yeah, obviously it's going to probably fall on my shoulders to do the group breaks posting. which obviously is genuinely a struggle because we've got other bits and bobs currently that we're wrapping up to do something sort of a little bit different in the future anyway. But as it stands, I've got 2 breaks that I need to post out to you guys. It's the Allen and Ginter break, and then the Rookies and Stars break that we did, which was the last break that we did, which was, let's have a look in the group. I know it was at some point shortly after when my dad went into hospital. So he went into hospital on the 22nd of December. It's really weird as well. You remember all the dates when this sort of shit happens, and it's just the weirdest thing ever. So yeah, he passed away on the 12th of January. And then it looks like we broke on what about the 28th, Rookies and Stars, maybe. Yeah, broke on the 28th of December. So it's been over a month since we've done a break. And that time has just been the most bizarre, horrible time I think I've ever experienced. I mean, I've had like medical health issues when I was younger, when I was 18, and that was terrifying. And whilst I'll never escape that, like that's managed, and it's not something. It wasn't cancer, you know. So, you know, and I just lead a normal life and live with it, you know. But yeah, it was genuinely the worst period of time I've ever had experienced, genuinely, and it was really fast. It was so fast as well, guys. So I mean, you know, I'm sure a lot of you, and I think that's the main thing that me and John wanted to say is just thanks to everybody who did send us like a little message, you know, and sort of shared their own personal story about, you know, losing somebody. It's a hard thing to do, and you know, to share stuff, you know, to you kind of like bring it all up again, and that's like a big thing to do. So thanks to everybody who shared condolences and ultimately like their own personal stories with losing loved ones through cancer. You know, and it's one of those things that what happened with us and my dad, it is literally your worst nightmare, because up until 6 weeks probably before he passed, you know, he was still going circuit training with his mates at the gym. Yeah, as I say, he actually did the last post for this group, I think, on the 17th of December, and that was 5 days before he went into hospital. He drove himself into hospital, and then yeah, it never came out. 3 weeks later, he passed away. You know, so that's how horrific it was, and it was just, there was literally nothing that they could do for him once they knew what was wrong with him. And we didn't really know what was wrong with him until, well, I'll say we still don't really know fully what was wrong with him, but we know it was, you know, he essentially got cancer spread throughout all his body, you know, and that was horrific. So yeah, that's what's happened to us. If you didn't know, you'll have seen the updates in the group and all the rest of it. But like I said, I don't want to go on about it, but I did want to touch on it just to say thank you to everybody who had reached out to us. We really do care about everybody who's in the group. You know, that sounds really cheesy, doesn't it? You know, because, you know, we're a business and you're customers and stuff like that. But again, like my dad, again, we wouldn't be doing this unless it was, you know, if it wasn't for my dad. My dad was the one who bought us sticker books as kids, you know, gave us spending money for going on holiday to America, and we used to buy trading cards and this, that, and the other. And admittedly, before we got into sports cards, I used to buy like Star Wars cards or Disney cards. Like, you know, I still got all those card sets up in my bedroom back at my mum and dad's house. Ironically, never brought them over with me. And then yeah, when I was ill, when I was 18. The thing that kind of started my whole wheeler dealing was Beanie Babies. And my dad, I basically went up because I was at uni. I knew when all the deliveries for the beanies were going at like the local shops. So because it was a bit like sports cards in COVID when with Beanie Babies for a short amount of time around about 1998 when I was at uni, and yeah, you used to have to like get the bears or the beanies that you wanted like on the day. Like my mom collected them, and we kind of like just fell into the hype of like getting hold of them. And then I saw the opportunity that, hey, actually, these are the original flipper, and it was like, well, for me to get like the American exclusives, which were really expensive, I was like, well, we've got, it used to be a bear called Britannia, and if you sold them to an American, you could get like, I don't know, 60, 70 quid for them or something like that, sometimes more. And if they had an American exclusive, you could just do a direct swap. And yeah, so like that's how I started my eBay account, was selling Beanie Babies. And then because that then turned into a little part-time like business while I was at uni, I was able to get an account with a company called Prizm. And this is, my dad helped me all through this. Like my dad was there, like, he was working at the time, and he used to take stuff to work and get his secretary to post stuff for us and everything like that. It was a nice little side hustle at uni, and then the Beanie Baby whole thing, like craze, died like virtually overnight because they did a stupid marketing thing over the millennium, and then we got into trading cards, and yeah, used to go to like the shows before they were Comic Cons, were called Memorabilia, at the NEC, early 2000s. And yeah, it was great, good times when we used to buy from the wholesaler in the UK, a company called Cards Inc., as I say, and then we sort of like got in with like the distributor that we now use in America via a sub distributor of theirs, as it was back then, and it was pretty much all non-sport stuff until we did all that like sort of trading with, and then I got a full-time job when I'd left university and figured out what I wanted to do. So when I was about 22, got a full-time job, and then I stopped for a long time. I closed that business down, but still collected cards, bought cards, made all sports cards and stuff like that. And then obviously we started again when my dad retired in 2021, 2022, that sort of time. And that's how we got where we are, and we're now kind of having to think of how do we carry on without like having my dad knocking about. And that will mean, as I say, changes. So it'll mainly affect the group in the sense of how often we ship. It won't mean that the more than likely we'll ship more often, but that will have a knock-on effect of like it'll probably add an extra £1 or £2 to the cost of our team. So it'll probably bring us more in line with a lot of other people who are breaking on Facebook. But that isn't necessarily a bad thing, because you'll get your cards faster. We'll be more organised. We'll probably start doing a few more bits on Whatnot. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but we'll always, as I say, like if we break a product on Whatnot, we'll always break that same product in the group, and we will more than likely do it cheaper in the group as long as we can do. Like I say, we've got Panini stuff allocated up until Select. But then when Topps gets the license in April, the start of April, we've got a few things that have got to be settled, like because we've got a potential kind of like partnership with another much bigger breaker than us, but it has to be done on the official, effectively. My plan is only for us to break, so I'll be close. Our business as such as Swift Sports Cards will finish, and so the website will go, the eBay will get shut down for a little bit of time. We won't put anything on there, and then my plan will be probably dependent on what happens with the Topps product stuff. will probably be that I'll open up my own like limited company, and then use that as a business entity to do what we need to do, because it'll just be a lot easier going forward. And we probably should have done that with Swiss Sports Cards, but it needs to be manageable by me, and with my dad not anyway around, and obviously not able to be a business partner within Swiss Sports Cards. It just needs to like just sort of I don't know, I wouldn't say end, but like it needs to obviously be put on the shelf kind of thing, and so that we can do other things. So so when yeah, I've just been through all of that. So yeah, as I've said, the nothing's been posted. The last post was done on the 17th of December, and that was done by my dad. As I say, he used to do all of the posting. Me and my brother are sort of like keeping bits and bobs running with the website and eBay, but we're not buying any more product to sell via the business. The business, as I say, will disappear off eBay. The website will go. That's kind of like, that will be done at the end of the tax year, effectively. But yeah, so the group, my plan is, so for Alan and Ginter and Rookies and Stars, which needs to be shipped out. Obviously, this is the first break that we've done where I've actually looked into doing anything via the group, if that makes sense. So yeah, we've had a lot of people we've had a lot of people. Not many people have actually asked if stuff's been shipped out, because they've been respectful in the sense of we haven't done anything up until we've dropped this break, for understandable reasons, and because they know that my dad used to do the shipping. The only two breaks we've got to go out is Rookies and Stars and Alan and Ginter. This will then go as the third break. So my plan is, and this was like all part of like my planned kind of like chat, depends on when people drop in. It will, Alan and Ginter and Rookies and Stars will ship with this break. Probably just because, well, yeah. So if this was a whatnot break, I'd get it all wrapped up and sorted within 24 hours. But because I have to update PayPal, put all the tracking details onto the things, which is all the admin that my dad used to do, and then I've got to do all individual labels manually for more than likely around about 50 to 60 individual people. That for me, because I am not retired, I'm not at home in the day, I don't get home till like after 6 o'clock most nights. Because of that process will be slower, which is why I say things will change. So my plan is that this break will be shipped by me, and will be the next batch that will go out with Alan and Ginter and Rookies and Stars. So I'm hoping that I can get that done by next Friday at the very latest, to get it shipped out on the Saturday. Like I say, it's just limited time, which is why my dad always used to do the posting. And I'll probably, my only way I can think of doing it is almost doing it in waves. So like I'll get all the stuff all together, and then I'll like whatever I manage to do, say on Thursday night or Friday night, I'll post out on the Saturday. Then I'll come back, and then on the Saturday I'll sort out some more stuff and then send that off. I do want everything done by Saturday though, because we're actually away over at Holly's, my wife's parents actually, so it's on Saturday, so we're going to go over there, so I won't actually be home to do that, so it might not be until the Monday that we continue the shipping. Wish it could be more descript, but that's why we've really got to get our head around how we're going to ship stuff out moving forward. And that's what I say, like I think personally that probably definitely beyond April, we'll probably do more breaks on Whatnot, just because the admin is so much easier. We don't have to chase. It's like tonight, I've still got, I think, 2 people who haven't paid for their teams, but they're 2 people who don't pay for their teams regularly, so I always have to chase those same people. I'm just being really honest. It is annoying, I'll be honest, because like everybody else does it, and we're always chasing the same people, and it's the same people saying, you know what I mean. So so there's that, and again, when we do stuff on Whatnot, like literally everything, we've got a label printer now. I've actually got it here, my label printer. That everything, the labels automatically come off because we don't handle the postage cost, and that in itself makes things a hell of a lot quicker, because all we have to do is sort the cards out, pop them in the team bags, and match it to the label, and bang, it goes off in the post in the next day. So my plan is if I can emulate that in the group, that's how I'd like to do it. And my thoughts are, because postage is freaking expensive, it really is. It's like £2.55, I think, to send 48 tracked, a large envelope. So I can't be. That's going to add too much to everybody's cost on each break, So my sort of view is probably that we will go from posting every sort of 4 weeks, which is what we were doing before. We'll probably do it posting every 2 weeks, and then rather than adding around about £1 to cover sort of postage and packaging, we'll probably add £1.50 to each spot, £1.50, £2 to each break spot, and then consolidate that across 2 to 3 breaks, and then that should be around about a sweet spot for what post normally costs us. Obviously, because the more expensive hits, we always ship out special delivery as well, and special delivery is like £9 now. So then, like, obviously, your cost goes up quite a lot on that. So yeah, we need to just do a little bit of a fine tune, really. But my plan will be that we will have to, if we break, it will be to have that break sorted. If not that same night, it'll be to have that break sorted the day after, so that it's literally ready to go into a jiffy bag, like on that post day. And then that'll just save it. Because obviously, if you think about it, with my dad, we would do the break, and then I would sort a few days, maybe a week later, depends on when the next post day is. So that was where it was time intensive for me. Whereas if I've got to then do that, sort all the breaks out, it takes about probably between 1 and 2 hours to sort each break, depends on the number of cards, and then add to sorting 60 individual manual postal stuff out. You're talking again 2-3 hours probably to do that. So if I can get everything all sorted, ready for that point, it'll make things a lot easier. But it honestly, the time we spend behind the scenes doing admin and stuff, it's a nightmare. Yeah, your packs have gone, Wendy. They have gone. They have definitely gone. I've had an issue with Royal Mail just recently, though, especially going through Canuck, the Canuck sorting office. I don't know why. I just had a guy who, I think he should have had stuff delivered on the 3rd, and then he didn't have. His postage didn't update on the Royal Mail system until around about, I think, what date are we on today? I think it was yesterday. It was either the 6th or the 7th. So I think if it's not a parcel, I think we have sent yours a parcel there, so it might be okay, Wendy. I think yours did go a parcel and not as a large letter. So that should get to you. But yeah, we're learning all the kinks really. It's one of those things. But yeah, we're just trying to get on top of everything really, and make sure that we're not. That's why the sort of sacrifice will be. We're not going to be able to handle the volume of shipping that my dad was doing, where he was shipping stuff daily via eBay and the website. Me and John simply can't do that, so we're just running the stock down on that and not ordering. Cancelled all of our retail products. We're only having hobby products in. So we'll just run that down. As I say, I think we've only got. I think the next biggest release is going to be Select. I think. I don't think we've got anything other major hobby-wise due other than Select now. We have got a few blasters that are coming through, but like not full cases, like sort of 10, 12 boxes of like certain blasters, and we've got a little bit of retail product, like retail boxes coming through, but they were all allocated to us prior to my dad passing away, basically. So I haven't cancelled anything there, because that's that would be bad practice. But yeah, we're not anything that we're being offered now. We've sort of put a block on it, if that makes sense, because we do get solicitation emails all the time asking for new products and stuff. So as I say, that's kind of on hold at the moment. Obviously the other thing was end of January, so just shortly after, during the period where we were planning my dad's funeral, which took place on the 30th of January, we were planning our so we were having to do our tax return, and my dad did all that admin as well. So yeah, so this is, I'm not trying to make excuses why we've kind of it's fairly obvious that we needed time and stuff, but we weren't necessarily not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? I still went back to work after a week, because that's all I'm allowed for. So I went back to work, and then had all of the stuff for the previous tax year to sort out. And my dad had his own way of bookkeeping. I had to pass that on to our accountant, and they had to translate it for me, because I couldn't really get my head around it. But it got sorted, with a lot of backwards and forwards in, and like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Who are these? Who are they? What's that supplier, and all that kind of stuff. But that all got done. So that was really stressful. And obviously John, he's been because he's able to work from home, which I'm not. He's been helping my mum with all the paperwork, because obviously, unless you've been through, you wouldn't believe the paperwork. Fortunately, my mum and dad had a will, so things have been smooth in that respect. But there's other stuff that yeah, isn't easy. So yeah. They are, Wendy. Yeah, I know we don't have that many problems via Royal Mail, but at the moment they do appear to be very, very poor. So anyway, I think I've kind of explained where we are. So we've got 2 breaks that I need to get posted, which is Rookies and Stars and Alan and Ginter. They're just sat next to me here, and this Panini, this Prizm break will also go with those breaks as well. As I say, hopefully towards the end of next week, should all go to plan. My plan is to sort this break and the other ones tomorrow and Tuesday. Start looking at doing postal labels Wednesday, Thursday, ideally to drop off on Friday, ideally no later than Saturday, but it's literally going to take all of my spare time over the next week just to get up to date for like 3 breaks. So John might do a break this week. Well, we'll have a conversation with him and see how he feels. you guys will know that we haven't broke this yet. We haven't broke Optic Hobby. We only had one hobby box of that, but again, that did arrive when my dad was in hospital. So we weren't able to break that at the time. And we do have one more Prizm box left as well. So we'll probably put a vote up to see what the appetite is, whether we rerun this Prizm break again, or whether you guys fancy something different with Optic. Optic's marginally cheaper, probably. I don't know. It probably works out about £3 to £4 per team or something like that, maybe. I don't know. I haven't actually looked at how much an Optic box is going for, but yeah. Anyway, we've been whittering on for half an hour, but again, the main sentiment was thanks ever so much, guys, for your patience, and B, just the kind messages and everything. We literally, it's one of those shitty things that you sort of say, and sorry that I'm swearing a bit more than normal, but we are just a small family business. It's literally, my mum helps a little bit with postage, but my dad was like the engine room of this. He didn't ask for it, but he took it on. And then me and John kind of we do the breaks, we sort the breaks, but then I handled all of the kind of dealing with suppliers and stuff. And then, in terms of ordering, that was a shared thing where I'd take obviously the allocations, but we would get solicitations, and then it'd be a conversation with my dad, with my brother, So to lose my dad's absolutely profound. There's no way of doing that, and not just from a breaks point of view, but as a personal point of view. Obviously, we were very close. We wouldn't be able to have done this if we weren't a close family. So yeah, that's where we are anyway. But we're still carrying on. But like I say, there'll be a few changes. Certainly April onwards, I think we will still be here. But I think my view is that I'll probably make Swift Breaks itself its own entity because we can't really continue the Swift Sports cards because of how we'd set that up and because of my dad's involvement. On that partnership level as it was. But yeah, that's my view, is that I'll probably take Swift Breaks on as a sole entity myself, and just focus on breaking rather than, having lots of retail here and there. I'll have bits of retail, obviously, but mainly to break, not get 3 or 4 cases of mosaic or whatever to be selling via the website and stuff like that. So there we go. I think I'm all up to date. I think I've explained everything. I will do a quick team check because we've got some people watching now. Some people will be like, what is he on about? What the hell is he talking about? But thanks for your patience. It's good for me to get that out as well, because I won't have to mention it again. Do you know what I mean? So for you guys who've most of you have been in this group for a long time now, 3 or 4 years, I'm sure you'll appreciate the update. So we're here to break this Prizm hobby box. We also have a low serial number and a high serial number prize in here. Now, whoever gets, or whichever team gets the high serial or low serial number, just if you are watching live, just let us know whether you want a Prizm blaster or if you want a mosaic blaster, and then we'll post those along with the breaks posts towards the end of the week. All right. Thought that might be a little bit good because obviously we did not do our festive break for the first time in 4 years, which was under the circumstances it was an obvious thing to do, but from a tradition point of view of the enjoyment that me and John used to do, that was our biggest break of the year. Absolutely gutted. And of course, just as I've just said, admin has been mental up until the end of January with the business aspect of things. And then, yeah, also then obviously, just life stuff. So, so yeah, we are where we are. We didn't do obviously the Super Bowl break, so we would have done a bigger mixer break, I think, than this. But as I say, life happens, doesn't it? So sorry that we've obviously lost our focus a little bit, but thanks to everybody for being really understanding on that. Okie dokie, right. If I can get through this without losing my voice, will also be a miracle. So, starting us off, we've got the Cardinals with Cy James, we've got the Falcons with Terry Kelly, we've got the Ravens with Ash Hill, Bills with Tom Chapman, Panthers with Daniel Marsh, Bears with Jason Frampton, Bengals with Perrin Robson, Browns with Dave Kirkwood, Cowboys with Terry Kelly, Broncos with Tom Shaw. We got Lions with Tom Richardson, Packers with Malcolm Campbell, Texans with Wendy, Colts with Kev Warboys, Jags with Daniel Marsh, Chiefs with Tom Chapman, Chargers with Dan James, Raiders with Cy James, Rams with Jake Martin, Finns with David Palmer, Vikings with Thomas Shaw, Patriots with Nathan Jones, Saints with Simon James, Giants with Craig Colbert, Jets with Bill Campbell, Alain Dumo took the Eagles, Dan Marsh got the Steelers for a mini, 49ers with Dan Owen, Seahawks with John Donaldson, we got Bucks with Dave Kirkwood, Titans with Dave Palmer, and we got Washington with Jason Davis. So, like I say, guys, thanks ever so much for that. Let's just have a quick. I'll just bring this up on the screen. Again, apologies for coughing and spluttering and all that. Okay. I'll just pop those. These are pretty much just props, just for the my little card holders seem to have disappeared. Let's do that. So we'll put the high serial number over there. Just trying to line it up with the screen correctly. And then low serial number can sit over there. So here it is then, guys. Prizm. And my favourite thing to say every year is I think it's such a privilege opening Prizm. I love opening Prizm. It's my favourite set to open, other than probably Select. I do enjoy Select, but Select obviously only has 60 cards, not 144. But I do love Select and Prizm. So yeah, we have got a lot to look for, as you can see. There's always a load of stuff on there. Those are your case hits just there. Prismania, Colour Blast Jewels, Mangas, vertical and horizontal. So those are the three SSPs, which there you go. Would be great to get at least one of them. I think is it Colour Blast? No, it's Mangas that I think people have been saying have been really rare this year. We should have 10 numbered cards, so that will be for our high and low serial number guys looking out for that. Obviously, we might get serial numbered autograph as well and stuff like that as well. So 2 autographs as always. We'll have 4 silver Prizms as well. But I think we'll get another probably 6 or 7, hopefully non-numbered parallels as well. So here we go, those. Well, they answered a look. Normally they're like that way, aren't they? I think in the boxes, am I? Unless I'm going a little bit mental. So there we go. top at the back. Here we are, guys. Good luck to everybody, as always. Yeah, very true, Wendy. It is one of those. It's been a real. It has been a real pull. I went to the Yorkshire Card Show, NEC Takeover Show yesterday, just to walk around. And it was really weird because obviously I get my cards graded with Aaron from his business called the Grading Club. Used him for about the last 4 years or so, and well, pretty much since he started. And yeah, he told me yesterday, and as I say, I haven't been very active on social media and stuff like that the last few weeks, and he lost his dad in very similar circumstances to me and John. And I walked up, told him our story, and he literally was welling up in front of me, and I was like, "Oh my god, what's?" I said, "I'm really, really sorry." I said, "I've I set something off," and he said, "Have you not heard?" I was like, "I'm really sorry, mate. No, I haven't." And he went and he said, "What you just described, I've just been through that as well. I lost my dad on New Year's Eve or something." And honestly, I was stunned, because he brings it all back. Do you know what I mean? So I actually didn't get that emotional and upsetting. I wasn't crying or anything, but yeah, Aaron was really upset, visibly upset, and it was like, man, it was a really touching moment, but really difficult at the same time, if you can understand. So, and there's going to be lots of times like that, I can imagine. People with similar stories and all that kind of stuff. Me and John, as you know, John's running the London Marathon, ironically, for St Catherine's Hospice and St Kelsey Macmillan Nurses. I can't remember what his what's it are. So I'm not going to run the London Marathon. I'd probably say I'm about four stones too heavy for that at the moment. But yeah, I think it's definitely with what's happened to my dad and the fact that it was not detected, and it was silent. It was a silent cancer that took him out, and had spread so vastly around his body. It's one of those. Yeah, I definitely want to do more fundraising. I'm not a philanthropist, Jesus, but be a bit more charitable in my efforts and stuff like that, certainly around cancer research and stuff like that, because if I can stop somebody going through what we had to because they had time to say goodbye to their dad, which we didn't, that is everything. Do you know what I mean? So just early detection and things like that just needs to happen. Better screening, all of that, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is genuinely the first time I've seen these Prizm cards in hand, and I kind of dig the design. I like it. It's a little bit different. It's maybe not as prismatic, I guess, but I like this. The fonts are good. Well, anyway, so there's DK at the Steelers. We got Trey Benson at Cardinals. Our first rookie is a Terrence Ferguson for the Rams. So yeah, we should get 2 rookies per pack. And here we go. We've got a rookie from the Patriots of Kyle Williams. So who is everybody's money on tonight? I'm completely neutral. But I'm one of those heart and head type of people where I like the idea of Drake May winning, so that's kind of like my heart type of bit, but my head is saying the Seahawks. I'm not sure. We have a green scope, I believe, for the Steelers, Derek Harmon, rookie. Yep. I think that is green scope, isn't it? So it's 36 of 75 there. So Steelers are the first ones with a numbered card. So that will. So where's 36? 36. I'm going to put in the low serial spot because 36 is quite a low number, isn't it? So yeah, 36. We'll pop it there. It's obviously in the high and low serial number, but I'm going to guess we'll have a higher mark than 36. We got Emmitt Smith on a prismatic, not Prismania, which are kind of, prismatic and Prismania. It's always a bit, what's it? But Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys. These should just be base potentially now. So Jamie and Sherwood, second year Jaden Daniels, Jerome Bettis, Minka Fitzpatrick, Adam Thielen, and Brian Burns for the Giants. Next pack. Okay, so we've got Eric Moulds for the Texans, Caden Ellis for the Falcons, rookie for the Jags. Let's move that out. Mouse out the way. Bashal Tootin. Not the Jags rookie that we're looking for, but we have a Jags base rookie, and then we have got the Cam Skatebow base rookie for the Giants. So that's definitely one of the chases. Now this one looks an interesting one. What parallel is this? This is not. This one looks like is it a Super Bowl parallel? Yeah, I think we've got a Super Bowl LX parallel here for the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like the Super Bowl LX logo in the background. So 33 of 60, Chop Robinson for the Dolphins. The Dolphins were a mini hit, I believe. Yeah, Purple Power, which will be 50. Yeah, Orange Wave, and then Green Scope. So yeah, Green Scope. So that is a Super Bowl parallel, Super Bowl LX. So it's a nice looking one, actually. It's a bit like the I don't know if you saw the pink Sakura parallels, where they were like cherry blossom. So what that does mean is that Derek Harmon is now at number 36, moves over into the high serial number, and Chop Robinson moves into the low serial number. Then we have got, we've got a nice one coming up in a minute. We've got, for the Jags, we've got a Brian Thomas Jr. Prizm Breaks insert. The next one's a nice one. Next one, I think, is going to be a throwback. So much stuff. I think it's like a bit like when they did the 2012 throwback. So it'll be like a 2014 throwback or something like that. But this is a nice one for the Jags, and it is a silver. Travis Hunter throwback rookie. So number 2. But did they call them the flashbacks? Yeah, Prizm flashback Prizm silver. So that's what that is. I think that would be a pretty nice one for the Jags. I'm not sure on the centering there. It's a bit heavy on the left to the right, but still nice one to have. And then we're into the base. So Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, Tim Tebow, Chris Boswell, and Young Ho Q. Okay, then, so we've got DJ Moore, Brees Hall, Rome Odunze, got a Devin Neal, base rookie for the Saints. And then for the Cardinals, we've got a Walter Nolan, base rookie for the Cardinals. Next up, I think this will be a red wave, potentially. And that is Jalen Walker, the rookie for the Falcons. That is numbered out of it's 120 of 149. So Derek Harmon, you, my friend, move over to there. And our high serial number is taken up by the Falcons, and that's probably going to be a good shout. I think 120. We've had what, 3 numbered cards so far, so we've potentially got 6 more. So we'll see. Next up, guys, we've got an emergent Abdul Carter for the Giants, and that is a silver emergent as well. So silver parallel insert there for the Giants. I think I'll put the rookie inserts down there. We've then got Kid Reporter, which is obviously a bit late considering it's tonight. Then our base, we've got Mark Andrews, Cam Chancellor, Trey McBride, Sean Taylor, and Cortland Sutton. Oops. Got 14 people in watching now, so that's not bad. Okay, so Ray McLeod, Zaire Franklin, and Adonai Mitchell. Our first rookie is for the Titans. It is Alik Ayomana. And then we have a Phil Mather for the Cowboys. Base rookie. Okay, we've got our first plain old silver base parallel. Excuse me. So I need soft sleeves, and I also need top loaders. Okay, back set up. So our first silver base card is Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs. So he can sit over there. And then we have a numbered base parallel there of, what's that going to be, blue wave, yeah. So this is going to be the highest numbered serial number wise. So this has a good chance of, it has a good chance of taking the top spot. So let's see what Christian Benford for the Bills is doing. And it has 196 of 230. So that is going to take a high serial number spot now. So Javon Walker with 120 goes out and joins Derek Harmon. So now in this high serial spot we've got 196, and still in the low we've got, 33. Cool. All right, so there's a Kid Reporter card. And the remaining base, Joan Jennings, Ed Reed, Josh Jacobs, Jerry Jeudy, and Devontae Adams. Oh, was the card still in there? There we go. So T. Higgins. No card. And that was a T. Higgins base. So we've got Devonta Smith, James Cook, and there he goes. A nice base rookie for the Titans, Cam Ward. Obviously, if he ever goes on to do anything, base Prizm rookies are still very popular with most players. So Cam Ward base there. And for the Texans, we got a Jaden Higgins base rookie. And then we've got another silver veteran coming up for the Titans. It is Devondre Sweat for the Titans. We can join Xavier Worthy over there. Next up, guys, we got a Matthew Golden rookie insert on the fireworks. So another rookie insert, and then we're on to base. So that'll be JJ McCarthy. So that is like second year for him. DeAndre Swift, Debo Samuel, Alvin Kamara, and Kami Fairburn. This is our 6th pack. So we'll be halfway through after this one. Each pack. We got Aaron Jones, Dawson Knox. Slightly different configuration of these. So Taj Brooks for the Bengals. On the base, first base rookie. Another Titans rookie. This time it is Gunnar Helm. And we have our next numbered card. It is a purple Jordan Brooks for the Dolphins. So purple is between red wave and blue ice. So let's have a look at the numbering. Let's see if it takes any of the crowns. No, it doesn't. So numbered out of 125. It is 70 of 125. So not high enough to take the high and not low enough to take the low. So that'll just go into the pile. It's our second veteran numbered card. Next up, guys, for the Giants, we've got a Fireworks Abdul Carter. Oh, we've got our first autograph hiding out at the back here. And it is, I think it's quite a vet this is. So it's for the Falcons. It's Tyler Allgeier. Let's see if it's numbered. It is numbered. So it's a silver, I would take it. So it's 93 of 149 for the Falcons. Tyler Allgeier on the sensational signatures, and just to confirm, as I say, 93 does not get the low or the high numbered card, but that is our first auto, guys. So we've still got one more to come out of the remaining 6 packs. So evenly spread so far, if nothing else. And here we go with the rest of the base. So we've got Rashad Bateman, Nick Benito, Trey Tucker, Dwight Freeney, and Trent McDuffie. So everybody watching on TV at the moment? We're into Landman at the moment. We've been getting into Landman, and we watched Bridgerton. My wife really loves Bridgerton. It wasn't too bad. Not my first choice of things. And what else we're watching? Emily in Paris. My wife likes that as well. But we do want some light-hearted stuff because of the heavy crap we've been dealing with recently. But John O. Smith, Greg Rousseau, Ollie Gordon the second, base rookie for the Finns. And then we have a someone. Now we got looks like a hyper coming up in a minute. Azare Thomas for the Jets, base rookie, and then the hyper, a vet. No, for the Seahawks, it is a rookie hyper parallel out of 200, and it's 195 out of 200. Just check. Was this 196? Yeah, it was. So, Christian Benford was 196, so it keeps the high serial number because this is a 195. So, you can't get much closer than that, but that is a hyper grey Zabel rookie for the Seahawks. Next up, guys, we got a silver. What's that? Lockdown. Marshawn Lattimore for the Commanders. It's not numbered, so it is an official, just silver insert parallel. Marshawn Lattimore. So again, I'll add that to the vet insert pile. Then we got Kid Reporter, Jalen Warren, Justin Fields, Keon Coleman, Zay Flowers, David Montgomery, Sam Laporta. There you go. There's that old David Palmer, yes. I've heard Plurbius is interesting as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I like the look of that Plurbius as well. Yeah, we've got Paramount through our Sky subscription, and then I pay for Apple now because there's been some really good stuff on there. What have we watched on there that's really good? We're like watching the morning show. Ted Lasso. I mean, God, I never. It was way better than what I expected that to be. But anybody who's watched Ted Lasso will understand how we watched that over December time. So anybody who knows that show will know how hard of a watch that probably was for me at that time, but it kind of felt right to do. My dad had watched it, and then we watched. Yeah, it's just so good. I forget what the other program was on Apple. There was something that we watched before Ted Lasso, but anyway, it was really good. Michael Pittman, Tavondre Sweat, Leonard Fournette. So we've got a base Jalen Milroe rookie for the Seahawks. Yeah, the thing is as well, the reason why we started watching Landman was we'd watched all of the other Taylor Sheridan stuff. So we've watched obviously Sons of Anarchy, and then more recently, obviously, all the Yellowstone, 1883, 1923. I just love that kind of portrayal of America. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's not for everybody, obviously, but I don't know. It's good. It's good and dramatic, isn't it? So we got a base rookie of Kenneth Grant there for the Dolphins. And then we've got a purple ice, again for a rookie, for Cam Miller. Number 225, and boom, number 12 of 225. So the Raiders are going to go into the lead for our low serial number for the number 12. So that one is probably going to be hard to beat. So old Chop Robinson, you served yourself well, buddy. But yeah, 33 is losing out to 12. So we'll put Chop with Jordan there, and then Cam Miller, low serial number for the Raiders, will go over there. So a nice one there for the Raiders. Tua Tagovailoa, fireworks for the Dolphins. Just making sure, because sometimes these ones are really hard to spot if they are serial numbered, but that one is not. And obviously, they're always serial numbered on the back for Prizm. So, vet insert over there. Then we got Marquise Brown, Tremaine Edmonds, Tyrone Tracy, Jeremy Shockey, Ricky Williams. I think if we've got I think we might have a Prizm Now Huddle box coming to us as well. I know we didn't get anything optic. I think I don't actually know if we had any allocated, because our allocations of, well, yeah, as you can imagine, with us not ordering stuff as well, they've kind of waned quite a bit. Right, Travis Kelce. Oh. I don't know what that is coming up, but that looks interesting. Jaden Reed, Jordan Love. Is that a colour blast? Does anybody know, guys? What's this white one? Does that look anything like a colour blast? I'm not gonna say it is, but if it is, fingers crossed, everyone. Right, we've got for the Bears. It is a colour blast. It's a dual colour blast, guys. Oh dear. I don't know if you saw. I don't think you guys have seen that, but we have got a dual colour blast coming up after this next rookie. Cheers, John. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I was thinking. I wasn't sure whether it might not be a white, but it looked colour blast initially, but it is a dual colour blast. So I don't think I can go to it. And then Kyle Monaghy, base rookie. Right, I'm going to be just like try and shield it with that, so I don't want anybody to see. Oh, I can see who it is, and it's got a massive big team logo in front of it as well. So I'm going to use this Savion Williams base rookie to cover it up. But here we go, guys. Congrats. The person who's got this is going to be over the moon. Last year we got a I think it was a Josh Allen and somebody for Malcolm, I believe, for the Bills, dual colour blast. So, and here we go. Oh, Tom, you are on the ball, buddy. It is for the Raiders. It is a Ashton Gianti and Jack Beck dual colour blast for the Raiders. And these are really cool. I know some people don't like the dual stuff, but that's a really nice card there. So that's going to go to Cy. James. Cy, I don't know if you're watching, mate, but I'll put that into a top, not top loader. Of course I'm going to put it in top loader. I'll pop it into a soft sleeve now. Oh, sorry, guys. I'll just pop it into a soft sleeve for now. If you're watching, actually, I'll pop it in the top loader as well, just so I don't drop something on it or something stupid. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. There you go, mate. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Dual colour blast case it for you. Yeah, yeah, Gianti and Beck. Yeah, So, but still, dual colour blast, we will take that any day of the week. So congrats, Si. If you want that in a one touch, Si, there's obviously no charge, but let us know. Let us know. And needless to say, you will be added to the special delivery pile. So that was the Savion Williams there, guys. Yeah, that's a little present from me dad, I think, guys. Like, that's the way I'm gonna view any decent card hit I ever get. He's gonna be just a little nod from my dad, I think, man. So, yeah. Congrats, Si. That's awesome, mate. Well done. Then we've got an emergent Jalen Milrow insert, rookie insert. So, yeah, he was. Yeah, he he used to like lurk in the background and like just watch the breaks when we did them, and he wouldn't tell us he'd watch them. But every now and again, if we hit a big card, he'd like come out with it and just be like, you know, also you got something good last night then, and I wouldn't have like posted on social media because I don't always do that like an idiot, because I'm not much about self promotion, a bit humble, shy, whatever you want to call it. But like, yeah, and he'd say, oh, it's like you got a good card last night then, and I was like, hey, do you know? And he'd just watch stuff, you know. He wouldn't tell us. Tony Pollard, Steven Jackson, TJ Husmander, I don't know his name wrong, Troy Aikman, and a Brenton Strange. Cheers, Gaz. Much love, man. Here we go. So, Xavier McKinney, Legarius Sneed, Justin Jefferson. Oh, have we got, is this gold? It's either gold or yellow coming up in this one. It might just be a Steelers silver playing with the light. But then, anyway, we've got Caleb Johnson, Steelers base rookie. A little bit of gold would be nice, wouldn't it? Out of 10. And then there's the base rookie everybody's looking for, Jackson Dart. It is a gold, guys. This is a gold. Nice one as well. Not necessarily for the obvious team, I'll have to say, but excuse me. Anyway, Jackson Dart base rookie, but yeah, we've got some gold here. And there is a Brett Favre for the Vikings. Damn Vikings. Sorry, John. Let's have a look. Oh. So I think we've got a low serial number winner there anyway. We're number 1 of 10. So I just want to say that's like, I love gold. If I was going to hit one colour out of all of this, it'd be like the gold vinyl or gold. So definitely a little sign from up above, I think, for me. I know these aren't my cards; these are your cards, but yeah, I'd been saying to myself, like, and I didn't want to say too much in my own head, but I was talking to my dad like about this break earlier and sort of saying, you know, oh, Dad, you know, like if you could get us a really nice hit for our first break back, just as a bit of a nod, that'd be really good. So that's 2 lovely cards. But yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I saw it, John. That's like, you know, that as lovely as that is, I love the gold cards are all mint, obviously. But yeah, so he's your high, he's your low. So old Cam Miller, held on for a little while with number 12, but he's gone. He gone. But we've got Brett Favre, and a worthy low serial number with a 1. Now, in the event that we do hit a 1 of 1, guys, or we get another serial numbered 1 cards, there'll be 2 winners on the low serial number. That's why I thought I'd have, like, just to say, you're not going to be bummed out and get done over with like a random or something like that. If we get another 1 serial numbered card, both of you will get your choice of a blaster box. Okay, so yeah. We got a fractal insert for the Broncos and Bonix. Who we got? Sorry, I thought somebody was sending me a text, but I was wrong. Nico Collins for the Texans. Cordell Stewart for the Steelers. Torrey Holt for the Jags. Garrett Wilson for the Jets. And Josie Jewell for the Panthers. Yes, it could have been the Jets as well, yeah. Not sure what's in this one. I think it might just be a silver insert, maybe, but interesting colouring. Alright, sorry. So Vernon Davis, Bijan Robinson, Devon Vele, James Pierce Jr. rookie. For the Falcons. Got Tyler Booker for the Cowboys. Who's staying up late tonight then to watch the game? Because I'm not. I'm going to bed. So I'll watch it. I mean, I'm on a diet at the moment, major diet, but I know I used to always have like an American food night on the Monday night and watch the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to do that this year. I need to lose weight. But we've got Caleb Johnson, silver rookie for the Steelers. And then we've got another numbered one. It's quite a cool looking design. Joanne Jennings for the 49ers, and that's the pigskin parallel. And that is 162 of 180. So this is 196, wasn't it? Yeah, 196. So 162 doesn't cut it. So Joanne Jennings. I'll tell you what, we've had some nice parallels, haven't we? We've had some good parallels. Yeah, this one, I must say, with the Super Bowl one, the pigskin one, obviously gold. Yeah, not bad. Puka Nakua, TJ Watt, Anthony Richardson, Xavier Leggett, and Tank Bigsby. Here we go, guys. Last pack. Again, with the last pack, it always means it's just another chance to say thank you to everybody for taking part. Oh, we should have an auto in this one. We're missing an auto, aren't we? We haven't, so there should be another auto. Sorry. So anyway, LeGarrette Blount. 2 cans of Monster just to keep you through. Oh gosh. Yeah. Micah McFadden. Jordan Watkins for the 49ers. Kelvin Banks Jr., rookie for the Saints. Okay, yeah, so I'm hoping we've got an auto. So we've got looks like a numbered orange coming up. Tyreek Hill silver for the Dolphins. And we have a Sean Taylor for the Redskins on the orange. Oh, And I think this is going to take the high numbered crown, guys. So for the Redskins, sorry bells. So 196 of 230. Our high number now is number 2. All the Ducks, 222 of 249 for the Redskins. Excuse me. So sorry, Mr. Benford. We have got an auto. Voice is about to give out. For the Bears. And a nice legend auto there of Julius Peppers. For the Bears is a silver. It's not numbered. But for the Bears. So, not a bad box at all, guys. Very nice return for us. Nice little nod from Mr. My Dad, Jeff, as you will have known him. So yeah, that's pretty bloody good. I'll just do these last few base, and then we'll do a recap. So Carl Van Noy, Jan Stenerud, Christian Benford, Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa, Gerald Riggs. We are done. So I'm going to start with the base rookies on the recap, because I don't really want to keep you guys for any longer. As I say, we'll probably put a vote up whether you guys want to do Optic Hobby next, or whether you want to do a replay on this Prizm break. As I say, we've only got the one of each of those boxes left, so I'll put a vote up, and then we will probably break both over the next couple of weeks, but it depends which one you want the most, if that makes sense. So anyway, quick recap. So these are your base rookies. So Kelvin Banks Jr., Jordan Watkins, Tyler Booker, James Pierce Jr., Jackson Dart, Caleb Johnson, Savion Williams, Carl Monaghy, Kenneth Grant, Jalen Milrow, Azariah Thomas, Ollie Gordon, Gunnar Helm, Taj Brooks, Jaden Higgins, Cam Ward, Phil Maffa, Elik Ayamaya, Walter Nolan, Devin Neal, Cam Skatebo, Bashal Tooten, Kyle Williams, and Terence Ferguson. Do vet inserts. So we got a fractal Bo Nix. We got a silver fireworks tour. We got a silver lockdown Marshawn Lattimore. Prison break Brian Thomas Jr. and a prismatic Emmett Smith. All right, we'll do vet. Vet silvers. So Tyreek Hill on a silver Tavondre Sweat and a silver Xavier Worthy. Rookie inserts, we got an emergent Jalen Milrow. We got a Abdul Carter Fireworks. We got a Matthew Golden Fireworks and an Abdul Carter Silver Emergent. So we'll do numbered vets. So we got Christian Benford for the Bills on the blue wave at 230. Pigskin Juwan Jennings for the 49ers out of 180. We got the Super Bowl logo, Miami Dolphins Chopper Robinson, 33 out of 60. And then we got the purple Jordan Brooks for the Dolphins, and that's number 70 of 125. Now, I'll leave those in place, but for both, they were both vet players, obviously taking the high and low serial numbers. So I will just recap those now. So Sean Taylor for the Redskins, so that's Jason Davis, who's got the choice of either a Mosaic blaster or a Prizm blaster. Just let me know. I will reach out to you as well, with the high serial number of 222. And then we also had this very nice gold Brett Favre for the Vikings. I can't remember for the life of me who's got the Vikings. I feel like it wasn't the normal person who has the Vikings. Minnesota Vikings, Thomas Shaw. So, Tom, not a bad shout for you. It's one of the cheaper teams, I think, if not the, one of the cheaper teams as well, the Vikings. So to get a goal, Brett Favre, I think you've done all right there, mate. A number out of 10. But you'll also be picking up the prize of either a mosaic or a Prizm blaster. So, so that's your low serial number there. So I'll reach out to you as well, bud. And our numbered rookies, which for a change weren't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbered rookies out of our 9 numbered cards. Although I think we got more than 9, didn't we? 6, 1, 2, 3. We got 4 there. 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 numbered vets, and we've got 6 numbered. Oh, sorry, we've got silver there. That's why. Sorry. Caleb Johnson, silver. Cam Miller, purple ice. Out of 225, 12 of 225. We've got the Grey Zabel, hyper rookie for the Seahawks, 195 of 200. Jalen Walker, red wave for the Falcons, out of 149. Green Scope, out of 75 for the Steelers, Derek Harmon. And then we had the flashback Travis Hunter for the Jags. Which is nice, always a nice card. But we did really well for the hits, if you like. So our autos, we got the obviously vet Julius Pepper. I think he's got to be retired. I've got to be retired, hasn't he? Julius Peppers. Then we got the Tyler Allgear. Sensational signatures, and that was numbered out of 149, 93 of 149. But by far, hit of the break was this bad boy. Aston Gianti and Jack Beck for the Raiders. Dual colour blast. So that's 2 years in a row that we've done a dual colour blast. Last year it was for the Bills. This time it's for Simon and the Raiders. So congrats on that one, guys. So thanks ever so much. Thanks for your time listening. Hopefully I gave you a meaningful update on how we're moving forward. Essentially, I hope to have the 2 breaks that we had pending, and then this break all posted out by the end of the week. That's my aim. Bear with us if it's a little bit longer, because I don't know how long it's going to take me. But that's where we are. And keep your eyes open. As I say, we'll probably put up a little poll for whether we break, whether you guys want us to do a rerun of this Prizm break format, or obviously whether you want to mix it up and do an optic hobby instead. So bear with us. So thanks. So take care.